they are in a climb that gives them a better opening, a better pedestal to walk on. We are struggling with the basic things. I should be talking about innovations in my business. I should be talking about add-ons to what I'm doing. But I am stuck with the nitty-gritty, the main beginning, because anything else I try to add, the kind of investment I require, will still make me disadvantaged. So the AFCFTA, for us as Nigerian manufacturers, the fear is still very rife. How do you compete with other suppliers? For them, it's easier. There's no way you will start a scheme of that size, and some persons will not look for the loopholes. After the signing is when man came in and said, look, the items you have on the exclusivity list for Nigeria, they are not our prime products. That's right.
All right, welcome back. As you can see from the card, there we have my first guest, Dr. Afua Asare. She is the Chief Executive Officer at the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GAP, and she's joining us from Accra. Doctor, good to see you. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
I'm very, very well. How is Ghana today? How is Accra?
Good to see you again. Accra is okay. Accra is cool. The weather is nice and
fantastic.
fine.
I think we should just shoot. Let me shoot the first question, which is, I guess for those of you that are Ghanaians, you must have seen the news that came out from China that is now producing cocoa. You know, it produced cocoa and exported about 500 kg of cocoa to Belgium. How does Ghana feel about this? Is Ghana really concerned about this? Because Ghana is the second largest producer of cocoa in the world after Cote d'Ivoire. So speak to me about how concerned you all are about China doing this and perhaps even taking the cocoa from Ghana.
You know, this is a question I would have loved the Cocoa Board of Ghana to answer. But from where I'm sitting, what I can say is that Ghana produces the best cocoa in the world, in spite of the fact that other countries are producing cocoa and countries are buying cocoa from other countries aside of Ghana. If you want to manufacture anything that has the best taste or the best flavor, you by all means will have to add Ghana cocoa to it. For some reason, the flavor of the Ghana cocoa is particularly strong. It's better, it smells better, and all of that. So China can go on and produce its cocoa, which I know is not the best on the market. Whoever buys it will still need to buy cocoa from Ghana to make whatever they're doing taste as nice as they would want it to taste. So we don't feel threatened at all. We feel encouraged. It's a competition, and we feel encouraged to even work harder and produce more.
Okay. From the seat where you sit, your seat as the CEO of GPA, I guess, of course, you look at exports and all of that. Can you give me perhaps in numbers how much of exports you do, perhaps from secondary exports from cocoa? Because it's been said that African countries should not just export raw materials or, yes, raw cocoa. Why can't we, you know, add value within the value chain?
Your line is so bad and I'm struggling to hear what you're saying, but if you are talking about adding value to cocoa,
yes, that's what I'm talking
exactly
about.
what we're doing in Ghana. We are adding value to cocoa, and we are allowing a lot more organizations to manufacture cocoa and cocoa derivatives, chocolate and other cocoa derivatives. So we are discouraging as much as we can the export of the raw cocoa into other countries. Initially, it used to be like exporting just cocoa. Ghana is trying so hard to industrialize. For the past 4 years, we've been on this path of industrialization. And because of that, we are adding value to most of the products that we export. We do not export raw materials like before. We are creating factories, which is helping us because then we are creating jobs. We are working closely with other West African countries and other countries in the manufacture of the products that we have. And so we've invited people to invest in the country, those who can build factories for our people to work in, to add value to all the products that we have. We encourage to come into the country and we welcome them.
Ghana would host the WTPO in November. How is the preparation? And speak to our audience and perhaps Africans watching why the WTPO is really important.
Yes, Ghana is fully geared up to host the TPOs, and we are making a big deal out of hosting this event. We are so excited that all the TPOs will be in the country. We have a multifunctional planning committee made up of the ministries, the departments and agencies that are all in the export and trade ecosystem. We just want to make sure that we have left no stone unturned in creating a safe and remarkable experience for all the TPOs who will be attending this event, which will be held for the very first time south of the Sahara.
What is the significance of that, of hosting it really? And perhaps explain to our viewers what the WTPO means really.
WTPO is World Trade Promotion Organizations, and we all work together under the International Trade Center. And every 2 years, there's a bidding to host the program in a country. And Ghana won the bid to host this program in Ghana. Due to the COVID, we couldn't hold it in 2019. As we were scheduled to 2018, 2019, it couldn't come off. And so it's been held. It was supposed to be held this year. Unfortunately, it's moving to next year, still because of the COVID situation. But that is what it is. You bid to host it, and we did that, and we won the bid to host it in Ghana. And we think it is not just Ghana, but it's a whole West African affair. So I've had my colleagues in West Africa supporting, especially my colleague in Nigeria, Mr. Segun Awolowo, who has been very, very supportive in this endeavor.
And definitely, we need to also say that Segun Awolowo is the president of the ECOWAS TPO.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So
he's the first president of the TPO network of ECOWAS. And we are so proud of him. And he just brought us all together. We had a very nice program, and it was wonderful. Very, very wonderful.
Let's talk about the lessons, really, especially lessons that we've learned from this pandemic, from an export sector prism. Speak to me about some of the lessons that Ghana has learned that perhaps other West African countries can also take emulate from.
Quickly, we learned how to regroup and redesign our strategy to take into consideration what is actually happening now. And so most of the things that we would have done physically, we started doing them virtually, especially our exhibitions and our B2B meetings in courting businesses and all of that. We started doing online. And we realized that our partnerships with our colleagues on the continent is very, very important. So what we did was to reach out to our colleagues on the continent as well to see how we can increase trade on the continent, because trade on this continent is very minimal, just 16%. And we thought that this is the opportunity for us to re-strategize, build upon what we have already, take the time to see what we are doing as a TPO. If we have to retrain our staff, we were doing this because we couldn't go out as much. We couldn't do a lot of interventions as we would have wished to do. We use this opportunity to train our own staff members. We also use this opportunity to train our exporters and look closely at what our exporters were doing and what we can do to help them. So this was, for us, a moment of reflection on everything that we've been doing and how we can even do it better post-pandemic. And whilst we were doing this, we never lost sight of also still promoting our exporters virtually.
In what capacities will the GEPA, which you head, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, collaborate with ECOWAS TPO network to facilitate the ease of trade for MSMEs within the ECOWAS region and Africa at large? We do know that in West Africa, that MSMEs, contribute so significantly to the GDP of our economies.
Yes, what we have done is the TPO network of West Africa. I think between us, the TPOs on this side of Africa, we can look at the issues that we face. It's sometimes very difficult to even export to Nigeria, and I'm sure sometimes it's even difficult to just export to Ghana as well. And so we are looking at all of these under the Continental African Free Trade Area Agreement. We are supposed to, break down the barriers and all. Even in ECOWAS, we haven't been able to break down all the barriers. And that's why I think that working together now as the ECOWAS TPUs, we will be able in our own little way resolve some of these issues. The closer we work together, the easier it is for me to pick up a phone and call my colleague in one country or the other to tell them the issues that we are facing. Some exporters or SMEs are facing, and it could be easily resolved if we build relationships. That is why I think this whole TPO network of ECOWAS has been a very, very important tool that we are going to use to break down the barriers in our own little way before even looking at the AFCFTA in a bigger context.
I'll come back to the AFCFTA in a bit, but I do also know that there's a Green to Compete hub that you are involved in. Green to Compete, I hope I'm right. Green to Compete hub. What strategies is the hub implementing to grow SMEs, especially now that we're talking about SMEs, their capacity to transition to this green economy, cleaner energy stuff that the whole world is talking about?
The line was breaking. Can you repeat that again
for
me, please?
My question to you was that on the Green to Compete hub by the GEPA, what strategies is the hub implementing to grow the capacity of MSMEs to transition to green energy?
What capacity? How are we building the capacity of the SMEs to take advantage of the AFCFTA?
Yes.
So we have a strategy. We have the National Export Development Strategy, and which involved about 100 organizations in this whole ecosystem. And it's not just public, but also private. And this is all in a bid to let the SMEs understand what this whole AFCFTA is about, because it got to a point where people were scared of other countries just dumping products on us in our country and all of that. So we had to go around. We did a road show. We went around all the regions of Ghana, the 16 regions of Ghana, explaining to them what the free trade area agreement is all about and how they can take advantage of it. And we've talked to groups. We are putting people through training. We are still going round now to the districts, breaking it down. So at every level, we are making them understand what it is all about and how Ghana has prepared to take advantage of it. And we are training our people. We are taking them through every necessary strategy we can to make them understand that this is not a matter of anybody dumping anything on you. It's all about competition. And so you need to understand the product. You need to know how to package, design. You need to know what you have to do to meet the market, because somebody will be doing the same thing somewhere else, and you have to be on top of your game. We are putting them through all these processes.
Okay, let me ask about the relationship between Ghana, perhaps the export relationship between Ghana and perhaps Nigeria. Because when we talk about Nigeria and Ghana, though we should be very good brothers when it comes to businesses, we've seen the news at least in the last few years. But speak to me about, is there like an export relationship? Is it a cordial one between Nigeria and Ghana?
Is there what?
Do we have a good relationship between Nigeria and Ghana export-wise?
I think we have a good relationship, but there are always some few challenges. And I think the more we build a stronger relationship, the better we are to resolve these challenges. It's not difficult. I don't think it's unsurmountable. Every time we have an issue, we call on the government of Nigeria, we talk, and things are resolved. So for me, it's not as bad as people may make it seem. We have issues, but we are able to talk. So we are able, because of the relationship we have, we are able to talk through some of these challenges, and we move on. There will always be challenges. And that is why we have to keep that relationship going, so that we can always talk through it.
Speak to me about perhaps some of the products that is being exported from Ghana, to other parts of Africa or even to Nigeria. Do you have, products that are being exported into the country from Ghana? Likewise, also from Nigeria to Ghana, if you have those details.
Sometimes we get some of our products facing difficulties running through barriers when they get to the country, when they get to Nigeria, and then we will be called in to say that they've been blocked from entering and all of that. Sometimes documentations are not right. There are very, very little issues that we face. Sometimes documentations are not right. Sometimes we don't even know where the products are really originating from. People, and then the customs and the gentlemen at the border will have issues if your documents are not okay, if you haven't gone through the proper processes. So then sometimes our exporters will not take their time to make sure that all their documentations are in order, and then we will be called in to resolve these issues. And then we will have to talk to our counterparts on the other side of the border. So these are some of the issues that we face.
Okay, finally, how do you think that African or West African countries, what can we do, or what kind of models should we put in place for turning raw materials into finished goods and be able to harness the value chain successfully, just like other parts of the world?
I think that as we work together, we know the strengths and weaknesses of each country. So if Ghana is good at producing, let's say, chocolates, I don't see why Ghana and Nigeria cannot collaborate to say that let's site a factory here and produce, let's site a factory here in, let's say, Accra to produce chocolate. Nigeria is good at something or has more raw materials than Ghana in something. Let's come together and site a factory in Nigeria and produce there. Let's site a factory in Togo, in Benin. and let's produce there. If we work like this together, and that is what I'm so glad that the president of the TPU, Mr. Shegun Awolowo, is really pushing, and it's remarkable because as a network that is a public sector led entity, which will work in partnership with the ECOWAS Commission to promote goods made in West Africa and drive that inclusive trade development initiatives within West Africa and beyond, we should be able to now look at how we are going to the operationalization of this whole concept of us working together so that we can, as I said, cite, factories in each other's countries that we think is going to help all of us. We should be able to work together.
Thank you very
to
much.
expand this whole intra-African trade. We should start from our own corner of the ECOWAS.
Thank you very much, Dr. Asare, for joining me today from Accra and sharing lessons from Ghana. Wishing you good preparation as you prepare for November, and definitely we'll be keeping our close eyes on that. Thank you, Dr. Afua Asare, for joining me.
Thank you very much.
All right, I've been speaking with Dr. Afua Asare, who is the Chief Executive Officer at Ghana Export Promotion Authority. Let's quickly take a break, and when we come back, I'll be speaking with Taiwo Oyedele, Fiscal Policy Partner and Africa Tax Leader at PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. We'll be looking at the VAT issues, as well as MTEF. I hope we'll be able to, get all of that in within the interview. We'll be right back.